everybody, it's Alan Brochstein coming to you from Houston, Texas to talk about cannabis stocks. I run New Cannabis Ventures and I spend a lot of time running 420 Investor, where I also publish on Seeking Alpha, which runs the service, hosts it, I should say. This week, cannabis stocks got plastered. It was a bad week. They're down 24.4% year to date now. They fell 5.3% this week. Were stocks down this week? No. I think stocks are going to go down. They have been going down, but they were actually up this week, yet we fell 5.3%. So in this update, I talk about the big news for the cannabis market. And this week, the big news, and I thought it was really good news actually, Canadian cannabis sales were higher than expected by Hi-Fire, which uses POS data. Hi-Fire that's owned by Fire and Flower, which is bankrupt. They soared. They set a record, and they were up strong sequentially, especially on a per-day basis in June. The total amount was 426.6 million Canadian. And then the other news, not as big, but Ohio, where a lot of the MSOs are active, it's a medical-only program for now. They released data, and through, I think it was August 21st, in the 4 weeks, the average sales per week were about 9.2 million. It's about where it's been, so not a lot of growth there. I did write one piece about my favorite MSO. What is that? You'll have to see the summary. I have it written in the summary. If you link to the piece that I write on Friday nights, it's listed right there. Cheap cannabis stock X has gotten even cheaper. It's a big position for me in my model portfolios. All right, the news on the 26 stocks that I followed this week was down a lot. There were no earnings reports among them. Ascend, this wasn't their news. It was actually the other party put out some news that Ascend did a sale leaseback in Pennsylvania, and they raised $3.25 million. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you look at the valuation of Ascend, it's actually a lot. And then Canopy Growth, yawn, introduced 5 new pre-roll products. Curaleaf announced that its fourth and final Connecticut dispensary is now selling adult use. Lowell announced a 10-for-1 reverse split that'll be effective on Wednesday after the close, or Thursday. Organigram brought back its Trailblazers brand. I do follow SHF Holdings, which is Safe Harbor Financial, and they put out kind of a silly press release. We've processed $20 billion. Who cares? Just show us your P&L. Tilray launched a sparkling CBD product. I know I'm looking stupid for pointing out at the lows that Tilray could break $1, but I still think Tilray will go down below $1. And then finally, Village Farms. I never talked to him or met him, but I really respected his work. The president, I think is what his title was. I don't remember. But the guy running their cannabis operations retired or left. And I really like Village Farms. I don't think that's a problem for it, but the stock did drop a little bit this week. It's up a lot quarter to date. As far as the market goes, I think I filled you in already. It was down 5.3% to a new all-time low of 734, with an intraday low, a new all-time low yesterday of 723. So it did a little reversal yesterday. And, you know, for those that don't know me, I am for cannabis stocks to go higher, but I'm not blindly going to assume that they're just going to go higher. The evidence that I see says wear a seatbelt. Don't expect them to turn around yet. And I've shared what I think are the things to look for, and I'm not seeing any signs of that. More importantly, perhaps, the volumes remain pitifully low, meaning that nobody has an interest despite these quote-unquote low prices, and they are cheap. So like I said, we're down 24.4% year to date, and the S&P 500 is up 14.7%. That's a huge swing, the biggest it's been this year. I run some model portfolios. You can read the piece that I put out last night that's linked in the summary to this, and you'll see it was not a good week for me. And mainly, Village Farms and Organigram went down. I think that was the main problem, but also Ascend. And then I end these conversations, well, it's not really a conversation, is it? Discussions with the calendar. And we are ending August next week on Thursday night, and it's the end of quote-unquote earnings season for all the companies, which include the CSE-listed companies that don't have to file until this week. I don't remember the exact date. I want to say the 29th, which is Tuesday. We have Consortium reporting after the close on Monday, and Entourage Group hosting a call on Wednesday morning. I think they're putting out their numbers right at the cutoff time on Tuesday. No, maybe that's not it, right? The cutoff is Wednesday. So anyway, you can read the piece for more information, and have a great week. Take care.